So we are live. Welcome, everyone. We're going to wait some minutes so then we can wait for people from the community to eventually join. As always, this live demo, we do it live, but then it will be accessible for everybody to access to it and look at it in our YouTube channel. And our YouTube channel is, in this case, this is Spark channel, which, as you may know, we are big collaborators or the bigger contributor to the Milkomeda protocol. And of course, one of the ones are pushing for the ecosystem Milkomeda actually to happen and to grow. And let's wait a little more. Again, we're going to wait 1 minute and then we go for what brings us together today and the interests.
Awesome.
Okay, perfect. So officially now, welcome everyone who is going to join, who is joining, and who will eventually watch this afterwards. One of the ideas to do this kind of activities is actually to bring together the community, and you can have access to knowledge, but also understand what different organizations, startups, and projects that are working with Milkomeda work, how we can use it, and how in a more practical way, actually we can get them advanced and move forward. So in this specific case today, we have Nav, right? Which is his official name is Navjit Dhaliwal. He's the CEO of Iagon and is working by leading the front end, right? Or the forefront, let's see, of decentralized service in the case of Iagon. But today we're going to specifically speak about Iagon Bridge, right? So first of all, before standing, my name is Caro Rossi. I'm the CMO of DC Spark. I'm happy here to collaborate into guiding this process of how we make it happen, thanks to partners and startups and big players, as the case of Iagon. So Nav, I'm passing you the invisible mic so you can do an introduction of yourself first, and then we can move to the specific topic.
Thanks for the introduction, Cardo. My name is Navjit, so I'm actually a healthcare professional, a dentist by profession. I came into the space in 2013, so intrigued by basically the Bitcoin paper, and when I read it, I came more intrigued with the technology behind it as well. I did some programming in high school, so that's where my interest in technology lies from back then. And I had tried to imply basically the security aspect of blockchain onto patient records, patient data privacy, things like that. And we wanted to basically bridge the gap between decentralization and compliance. And it wasn't until 2017 when we started to get the wheels going. And I approached some industry leader experts, and they are the co-founders today. It's including myself, Dr. Rohit Gupta, who's one of the co-founders as well. He's actually former director of technology for Expedia. He currently is a senior Google engineer manager, and he did his thesis in 2005 in regards to decentralized compute. So it's very relevant to what he was working on. And back in the time, he was very eager to jump onto Iagon to finish his thesis. The other people that are on board as co-founders is Dr. Claudio Lima, who's a former CTO of Huawei from East Asia. And he's blockchain architect and key to the aspects in the early phase of Iagon. And also we have Dr. Alad Harrison, who's based out of Israel. He's a machine learning expert and industrial engineer as well. And those make up the co-founding team and myself. I'm based in Norway. And we have team members of about 20 people on board across various countries. As you know, that decentralized blockchain projects have various skill sets around the world, and there's a big community now following it. More and more people coming in. We have an office. Our headquarters is in Norway, in Oslo, in Fornebu to be exact. And also we have an office in Poland, in Warsaw. And we have an office in Sydney, Australia. So those are the three offices that we have. And we're currently working on bridging the gap between decentralized storage and also compliance.
Amazing. Thank you. I'm gonna call you Nav. So then it's
Sure.
easier
No
from
problem.
now on. And yeah, of course. And just as a general information for our community, which most of you know, but it's important always to repeat. As you know, Milkomeda today works as a sidechain in the case of Cardano. And our goal is that we provide EVM capabilities to non-EVM blockchain, of course. So interoperability is fundamental for us. And I would like to take that word because I do believe, Nav, that interoperability is also something that is fundamental for Iagon and for you guys as well. And taking that kind of concept, let's go into what has happened with Iagon in the last 2 weeks. In the last 2 weeks, you launched your beta mainnet, right? It was like around 2 weeks ago, right?
Correct.
And basically, it kind of shows, or was a beta mainnet of Ethereum to Cardano, and it's this token bridge which we're focusing this conversation of. But I want to understand first, since it is powered by Milkomeda and by Nomad, as many of you have heard, why was this required? Let's start with the why you guys did this and the importance for the ecosystem.
So first, our focus has always been to drive the ease of use for our end users, right? We actually migrated over our token supply, 50% of it, to Cardano earlier, and before we released the bridge. And we wanted to give our users an easy way to basically transfer their ERC20 tokens to Cardano and migrate their tokens over to Cardano as well. So we wanted to focus on ease of use, and that's what we primarily focus, because we want to drive it in all ends, not just the storage economy, but anything related to our product. We want to make sure it's easy for our users to migrate over. And to do that, we actually focused on a front end for the bridge that's easy to use, that involved not reinventing the whole technology in terms of the bridging capabilities, because we use the technology of Nomad and Milkomeda to fit that narrative. And also we use the SDKs for Nomad and Milkomeda on the technical side to implement it more on the front end. Because right now, before our bridge was implemented, it was very difficult for people to migrate the ERC20 tokens over to Cardano because you have to go through 3 different websites, and it's just a painstaking task. So we wanted to make it easy and also drive the adoption. But at the same time, we realized that while we're focusing on our own token migration, we realized that there were other tokens as well that were difficult to migrate over. And since Milkomeda and Nomad already provided support for us, it was easy for us to just implement that on the front end. So we gave support to different types of tokens, and we will continue to do so as long as Milkomeda and Nomad are supporting it. So that's mainly the driving focus was to the ease of use for our users, and also to help Cardano community as well to drive more adoption to Cardano as well.
Perfect. I was actually saving one of those questions to that end, but I'm gonna do it now because you mentioned it. So today you guys support around 8 tokens, right? And then
yes.
So what would be the process to increase the number of tokens you guys support?
So it would be easy, as right now it's not on the beta mainnet right now, but there will be a link that projects and users can use to request for token additions, and they'll be added to the list. First they have to go through the process with Milkomeda and Nomad, and then they will be added to the front end as well. So it'll be very easy for projects and users to add other potential projects as well.
Perfect. Okay, so having all this general information, let's go to the demo, and for sure we're gonna have more questions that we can debate, and also of course it's gonna be open for anyone that wants to ask any question through the channel. So
let's do that.
Let's go.
Yeah, so we're trying to make it very easy and simple for users to use. So what we're going to be doing is just walking you guys through exactly how the bridge works and what buttons you guys need to click to get things done. But there is a user guide here on the bottom footer, so you can click the user guide and it tells you, what to do and where to go, and all the steps are listed. We are also planning on making a video for this, but you can use this as reference as well. So basically, you will be connecting your Ethereum or EVM wallet. So you connect, and it's simple as using the MetaMask. We recommend MetaMask for right now because it's supported for Milkomeda as well. So it's easier to use on the EVM chain. Also Flint wallet for the Milkomeda chain as well. So basically, when you connect your wallets, both your EVM wallets will be connected from Ethereum and also from Milkomeda. You can also add the network of Milkomeda, which is given in the user guide as well, if you don't have it already. You can select the tokens. So from various tokens.
Now, I'm going to interrupt you just to add context. We're going to do one trial today, so then the community knows, and it's going to be from what network to what network, right? It's important to, so we're going to do Cardano, right? Just as confirmation.
Yeah, Cardano, but I just want to show them the whole process, so it's
that's
understandable.
That's perfect.
We won't do this transaction specifically because it takes 30 to 60 minutes from Ethereum to Milkomeda. So we won't do this one live, but I will just showcase in regards to what tokens are supported on the EVM, what tokens you can basically transfer over to Milkomeda and eventually Cardano. So the whole process goes like this: from Ethereum to Milkomeda. So if it's USDC, for example, you can transfer over USDC, and you pick the amount you want to transfer, click transfer tokens, and then you confirm. And it says estimated time here, which is 35 to 60 minutes. And once you click confirm, you should get a prompt on your MetaMask to confirm the transaction. I'm going to reject it for now, and I'm going to switch over to Milkomeda to demo the Milkomeda to Cardano transaction. So basically, when you're in Milkomeda, you can also do the same thing and also connect your Cardano-based wallet. We both support NAMI and Flint. NAMI has a good user experience with dApps. So I'm going to just demo that for you. So for example, if you have, for example, USDC in your wallet, it just takes a little bit of time to refresh and read the wallet. So it's 8 Milk USDC. This is what the token is called on Milkomeda. Anything with Milk abbreviation in front of the token is based on Milkomeda network. And all you have to do is you can either also choose my wallet or other wallets. So if you don't want to connect your wallet to the dApp, you can also choose another wallet that you can manually basically type in or paste. So let's just go ahead with, let's say 4 USDC. And you want to transfer over from this address to this Cardano. It's easy as transfer tokens and confirm. And you should get a prompt on your MetaMask. It takes some time on the Milkomeda chain because it's still growing, but wait for the transaction. And once it pops up, then you should be able to confirm the transaction. As you can see, the cost is very minimal. And also you have to approve the amount first and then confirm a secondary transaction as well. Just on the Milkomeda chain, again, there's a lot of traffic, a lot of people interested in it, so it's a bit slower than what we're used to, but they're working on making it more efficient. And then you have a secondary confirmation.
Can we? Meanwhile, we wait. I have some questions.
Sure.
Right?
Not
so then
a
we
problem.
Yeah. So when, as you just mentioned, like when I move asset from a Cardano to Milkomeda, it may take, I don't know, some minutes, which is what we're doing now. But then, of course, if we do that same trial, as you showed before, from Ethereum to Milkomeda, it may take much longer. And for people that and for people that maybe are not that familiar or are new to the ecosystem or blockchain as a general, can you kind of explain why this happened? And if you think there is any way, maybe there is not, but I want to know your opinion, that any kind of, in this case, breaches can accelerate that transaction or transaction that happened between, I don't know, L2 and L1 blockchain, for example.
Sure. I mean, there's a big reason why Nomad is facilitating the Ethereum to Milkomeda transactions. They're focusing a lot on security. But since they focus a lot on security, they had to basically let's say, sacrifice on certain things, which was more so related to user experience in terms of how fast the transactions actually go. So it takes much longer than actual bridge that you kind of used to in the Ethereum EVM chains, but that goes to show that why Nomad is doing that. They're focusing a lot heavily on the security aspect of it, and everyone obviously knows. And I'm going to emphasize it again: that bridges are kind of central focus point for hacks and users' funds being lost. So I think security, a little bit of time sacrifice is worth increasing the security aspect of it. So I think if users understand that part, they shouldn't have any problem with it. But I do believe that Nomad is working on making it more efficient. And I do believe that I think they can on a technical side. That's not up to us, of course. That's up to Nomad to see if they want to improve it. But on the Milkomeda side, it's a much quicker transaction. It takes about 7 minutes. And it's easier. It's much more something that I'm more familiar with.
Perfect. Thank you. Now, what do we have? What do we have here? In what stage of the process we are now?
So the transaction has been completed, and you can follow the transaction details actually here. We are going to make it much easier so that we're going to have a transfer page here, which is not up to date right now. He says it's coming soon. But basically, you'll be able to track your transactions through this as well. So what you can right now is see the transaction on chain by going to Block Scout, which is the explorer for Milkomeda, and copying and pasting the transaction there. It takes a few minutes to hit the Cardano wallet. As I said, it takes about 7 minutes. But you can see the transaction on your MetaMask as well. And that was June 6th, I believe. Yes. You can view it on the Block Explorer. So you can see that the transaction has been successful, but it does take some time to unwrap it and come to Cardano. So that was about 3 minutes ago. I will see if that's hit the NAMI wallet yet on our end to see transactions history. Not yet. We haven't hit the transactions yet, but it should arrive very soon.
Of course. Now, meanwhile, we can also talk another question and something that we have actually talked about before is that we still need to go to this like two-step process when we reach to move asset from Ethereum to Cardano and then through Milkomeda. Can you maybe tell us like the reason why, and are you guys working on something to make it even faster or to have one way?
yeah, definitely. I mean, right now, in terms of the ERC20 tokens, there is a two-step process. So you have to go from Ethereum to Milkomeda and then Milkomeda to Cardano. If there's enough user demand and if we see enough incentive for users and if there's enough demand for it, we could focus on it. We don't want to drive too much away from our focus, but we can automate that part. So it'll be automation from Ethereum to Cardano, where you don't have a two-step, it's just a one-step process. And it makes it much more simpler for the user. And instead of signing 2 or 3 transactions, confirmed transactions on their wallets, they only get one transaction. They only have one prompt through their wallet.
Of course. Yeah. And it also probably makes sense because one of the other things, I mean, you really focus in UX, right? As at least in Iagon Bridge, and you explained this at the beginning, and maybe taking that kind of sense of how important it is to actually build a user-friendly platform. My next question is like, what are your next steps for UX? Do you have a mobile? I think it does work kind of mobile. Do you have a mobile version today of Iagon Bridge? Are you thinking of adding the dark mode in those kind of stuff?
Yeah, dark mode, definitely. Dark mode, we have plans and to implement as well. But in terms of the mobile app, again, it depends on the demand from the users. If we see a lot of traction and a lot of demand, we will definitely think of a mobile app for this. But for right now, we do have a mobile-friendly version out there. The problem is that in none of the Cardano wallets currently, I think Flint Wallets just released their iOS on mobile app, but there's not a lot of apps that are compatible with mobile devices right now. So it's very difficult to connect your wallet on a mobile device. But you can still use the front end, and you can use the kind of my transfer, my other address button instead of connecting your Cardano wallet to transact through your mobile as well. So it's possible, but just be aware that not everything is supported on a mobile device for different Cardano wallets are there. As I see, actually the transaction was finalized 7 minutes ago. So it was pretty quick actually, but I can show you on the Block Explorer what it looks like. That was the Milkomeda one. 5 minutes ago was the transaction finalized. Okay, there we go. That's the transaction 7 minutes ago exactly, that it was confirmed. Yeah, that's the transaction details. So that's the USDC arriving to the wallet, destination wallet. Yeah.
Perfect. Great.
So very, very, very simple, very easy.
Exactly. So perfect. So for any further question that the community or anyone will kind of have, you mentioned at the beginning, you guys are also, you have a set of guides that people can access to. So then the process may be facilitated for them if they have doubts.
Yes, correct. So basically there is a user guide. I can showcase it to you guys. So this is the user guide here. It'll take you through converting from ERC to CNT tokens step by step. You do have to have 4 Milkomeda onto your on your Milkomeda basically address. So how you can do that is if you don't have a Milkomeda, you can transfer it from your Cardano wallet. So the bridge you can use on Cardano. So the same way you guys use the bridge, basically this way, you can use it the other way. So Cardano to Milkomeda, and then you can select a token and ADA, and then you can convert the amount, or basically you need a minimum 4 to do a transaction. You can transfer a bit more than 4 if you'd like. I think there's a small fee involved, but you get the ADA and the asset towards your Cardano wallet once you transfer over from Milkomeda.
Perfect.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Okay. You did mention that today you support 2. In the case of you support 2 different wallets, which is NAMI and Flint. You kind of mentioned the reason why, but then just to be sure, why Flint and why NAMI?
So Flint is Milkomeda native, and then NAMI we implemented because it's user friendly on dApps, and it's one of the more popular wallets as well. So Flint is up and coming and Milkomeda based, so that's why we support Flint as well.
Good, perfect. Okay, so well, general wise, I think that if there is anything else that you would like to show, maybe that we missed, please. Anything else?
Nothing else. I think we were. I think that's all it for the bridge. We definitely like to encourage you guys to check out our website, which is www.iagon.com. We do have an ISPO that's live, so if you guys want to support us, you can click the link here and learn more, basically, and see. It's right up on top of our bridge banner there, and then you can learn more about the ISPO. It's IAG1, and if you guys want to support our project, you guys can delegate your ADA there. Other than that, we have our first iteration for our storage in September, so you guys watch out for that. We're working currently on our LP reward program, or single asset staking, and also we have some other surprises in mind for you guys as well.
I was just going to ask you what are the next 6 months looking like, but I think that with those specific block of information, it's pretty clear that you guys are building and you're growing. So congrats for that.
Thank you.
I think that we don't have any specific question at the moment on the floor. Sometimes it happens that we go live with them after the live, then we get some questions. In our cases, as core contributors to Milkomeda, of course, we're really open to get all the insights from the community and also specific questions, and probably of other like startups or maybe projects that would like to integrate with Milkomeda as well. So please, doors are open, and feel free to just ask us any questions through social media or even joining the DC Spark Discord. By your side, Nav, any other ways to contact with you guys directly?
Yeah, definitely. We have a Twitter channel. You guys can DM us there. You can also join our Telegram and Discord. We're open and active. So if you have any requests, you can shoot out there. Also, you can also contact us through our email, contact@iagon.com or support@iagon.com. We do have also a bug bounty for the bridge UI. So I encourage everyone to participate in that and to report any bugs that you see.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for the time. Happy to see how it is working. And thank you everybody who was here joining us live, and thank you everybody who watched this not live by later in time. So just as an official, let's do the official closing. So I have Nav or Navjit Daliwai, CEO of Iagon, working in Iagon Bridge and showing us an integration of how it works with Milkomeda today. So, and I'm Caro Rossi. Sure, I'm Caro Rossi, CMO of DC Spark, and happy to have you guys all join our demo today. Thank you, Nav.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.